Hi guys, this is Jackie from techjackie.com and welcome you to another video on SEO. In today's SEO tips video, I'll teach you how to easily win snippet or steal snippets from your competitors. As you know, snippets are basically portions from the content ranking on the first page, which are pulled up and get displayed above the number one ranking spot, or what we normally call as position 0, right? Like for example, in this case, number one ranking result is from sproutsocial.com, but the snippet is taken from forbes.com, which is ranking in this position right in the middle of the first page. So if you're ranking on the first page and let's say you're ranking in the 5th or 6th position, but if you want to increase your traffic or clicks, you can obviously try winning for snippet. And the good part is since 2016, Google has continuously giving snippets to the majority of the results. So now almost every queries that you type in contains a snippet. So whatever niche you're in, you can have a chance to win the snippets. And in this video, I'll teach you how. You see, to winning the snippets, first and foremost, you need to rank on the first page, right? And secondly, you need to make sure that your content is fully relevant and answers the users' questions, right? Because snippets are basically what Google thinks serves the best results for the users in the fastest possible way, right? So users really don't have to click through to the results to really see, right? Okay, so first and foremost, you need to make sure that your content is ranking on the first page, right? And besides that, you also have to make sure that your content satisfies the user intent and the content structure. So I've talked a lot about content structure, and which I'll leave the link in the description below so you can watch again, right? It's basically like serving the type of content that users are expecting based on the query. So for example, for this particular queries, if you analyze the majority of the content ranking the first page, right? For example, let me open this and this one, right? You see that the majority of them, in fact I think all of them are list based article, right? As you can see here, it's almost like a list type. This is not exactly like as a list type, and that's probably the reason why this site is not winning a snippets, right? But let me just show you here. As you can see here, number 1, right, start with a plan. Number 2, decide which platforms, right? Number 3, know your audience. How about this one, right? Create multiple platforms, right? Define your marketing goals. Basically it's almost like a list only, but you can see there's no numbering written on it, right? So if you have a number written on it, then you have a high chance of winning a snippets, right? Like for example, from Forbes, right, decide which one is snippets. You can see that I'm sure that they have a number written, as you can see here, right? Number 1, lead with objectives. Number 2, build your authority, right? And so on and so forth. So first and foremost, you need to make sure that you satisfy the correct content, right, structure, right? So if the majority of the content ranking are paragraphs, you need to write up as a paragraph. If they are list type, you need to write as a list or something like that, right? Okay. And next thing, right, basically is the only last thing that is left. That is to have some kind of what I call as the snippets driving words, right? Or the snippet triggering words. And these are the words which kind of instruct to Google that okay, this is the results that that are relevant to the queries, right? Which answers the query. So for example, this particular results, as you can see here, when the users search for social media for small business owners, basically what the users want is they want to know the strategies. And for you to win a chance of getting snippets is to basically instruct to Google that okay, this portion of my site is what answers what users want, right? So you can see from this example, they wrote here 10 small business experts share strategies small business owners can use to nurture a successful presence on social media. These are the snippets triggering words, right? So for example, if if a user asks social media for small business owners, then what you would normally answer? You would normally answer with some normal language, right? Like this. Like you can imagine just how you would answer to a 5 years old child, right? Like for example, if a child asks, um, like for example, what are the social media strategies for small business owner, then you would answer the social media strategies for small business owners are dot dot dot, right? And you can use this type of snippet triggering words to basically trigger the trip snippets, right? And I've used this a lot, and I've won many snippets by using these type of things, right? So second thing you need to keep in mind is use snippets triggering words or sentences, right? And basically just to like how you would normally answer a 5 years old kid, right? Like that. Sentences like answer the questions directly, right? Something like that. Let me just show you another example here as well. Okay, so this is the queries which I won a snippets local SEO tips 2019, right? And this is my results. This is my snippet. So when the user type in local SEO tips 2019, I have a snippet triggering word. So right, as you can see here. So now you have understood the basic. Let's dive right into how to rank locally on Google, right? As you can see here, this is like clearly instructing to Google that okay, whatever I'll be writing on from this point onwards are going to be answering the questions, right? So I hope you're getting the pattern here, right? And one more example here which I can show you is a paragraph snippet. So for example, if a person types in the difference between home and house, then you would normally answer with something like the main difference between them is that house is concrete, right? House refers to blah blah blah, something like that. So if a person types in the what is the difference between home and house, then you would answer something like the main differences between home and house is something blah blah blah, right? Hope you're getting the pattern now. So there are basically only two tips here, right? First, you need to satisfy the correct content structure, and number two, you need to use snippets or triggering sentences, right? Which basically answering the questions directly, like what the users are actually looking for, right? But besides that, you also would want to make sure that your content is ranking on the first page, right? And also is fully relevant to the queries, right? Hope you're finding this video valuable, and I'm sure if you try just these two methods, you're gonna win a whole lots of snippets. And let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.